Okay, we're recording. Okay, perfect. So I really don't have much to say. Jill's gonna take it away in a second, except for we have a lot of tips to give you guys. Okay, so if you do not have like notebooks out, if you don't have something to write on, you're gonna really need something to write on. We're gonna give you scripts. We're gonna give you step by step how to like message new potential distributors on Instagram. We're going to talk to you about Instagram, about posting. We're going to talk to you about all the things. We're going to talk to you about upselling, literally anything that you have a question about. We're gonna cover it, okay? So with that being said, I want you guys to go into the Zoom. If you're brand new, maybe you haven't messaged or not messaged, maybe you haven't enrolled anyone yet, maybe you have 0 customers under your belt, or maybe you've been in this business and you're like, I'm just ready for more. Whatever it is, whatever rank you are, wherever you're at in your business, you have to just take every single thing that we're saying and start implementing it tonight, okay? So start implementing it today and tomorrow and the next day and start being consistent, you guys. It takes literally from one day of consistency to impact your business, okay? So I'm just going to let Jill take it away. I think you're going to mute yourself.
I unmuted myself. Your connection
okay.
got spotty. But okay, guys, so I'm going to talk about enrolling distributors. So we all, more than likely, all of us on here have the $69 code. But I'm just going to talk to you guys about kind of opening up into that distributor conversation because I feel like that's where a lot of us kind of get stuck. So first, I just want to touch on this. You guys don't have to give those codes to just anybody. I've signed 3 distributors this month, and I've only used 1 code. So if that tells you anything, people are willing to pay $100 to get into this business. So don't just be like, oh my gosh, you want to join my team right now? You only pay $69. So what I've been messaging, Kennedy, do you want to put it in the chat? I've been messaging people who have done host to post for you guys. So if they've done a host to post for you, you guys need to be reaching out. Like if they just do a host to post and you just leave it at that, you guys are missing out on so much. Oh, my notes just went away. You guys are missing out on so much. So if they're willing to post for you on their page, they're more than likely willing to post daily and make money from it. Hold on a second. I want to see if Kennedy put that in the chat. If not, I can get it really quick. Hold on. Well, let me put it in here. So this is what I have been sending. Oh, she's got it. Okay, perfect. So this is what I've been sending to people who have posted for me in the past, and it opens up a whole new conversation. Let me put the chat down. But I'm going through and I'm looking at their network first. So if they did a host post for me and they got no likes, no comments, or if it's all like negative stuff, I'm not going to ask that question. But just reaching out and saying that to them, it opens up a whole new thing. So when they say, yes, I'm interested in more information, what I have been doing is I will voice message and I'll just be like, okay, so this is what I do on a daily basis, like basically posting and everything. I'm using the products. You can find something you can do like the weight loss, skincare, just kind of going over everything that we have. And if they're interested after that, you guys, the application that Rachel talked about the other day on Zoom, make that application. If you guys haven't done it, if you guys have made that application, put a 1 in the chat. I want to see how many people have been using it. I like just posting it on your Instagram. Okay, so I see a few of you guys, a lot of you guys, good. So hopefully you're getting good interactions. I actually had a post the other day. No, it was off of my story. Somebody messaged me off my story and she's like, can I get a little bit of information on what you do? And I said, yes, for sure. I'd love to give you some more information. But first, can you please fill out this application? I want to see if we are like compatible. And she filled out the application. That gave her a little bit because I put my story at the top. So they know what the business has done for me and what they're getting into. So next, you guys, when we are enrolling those distributors and like they ask, or we're not enrolling them, when we're talking to them and they ask about how much is it to join, you're going to tell them it's $100 to join. You're like, it's $100 to join my team, and don't just leave it at that. You're going to be like, if you say it's only $100, it seems a little bit better. I got that from, I think Nina did that on a Zoom one time, but a lot of the times I'm getting them on the phone because it's a lot more personal and it makes them feel more comfortable knowing that you're actually like a real person and you can have that conversation. But if they're not able to hop on the phone, like just text them it or voice message them. If you guys aren't comfortable with voice messaging yet, you better get used to it because that's how you're going to go far in this business. and you're gonna have like actual conversations with people instead of just messaging them. And don't just do scripts. You want to be relatable with them. So if they're like, so I just want like a couple $100 a month, that's so doable. They can make that in like 1 month. But you're going to be like, so it's only $100 to join this business. You get a starter pack full of product that you can sell, make your money back right away. And in your first 30 days, as soon as you sign your first 6 customers, you can get $150 shopping spree. What I've been adding into it is it used to be $100, but now our company is so amazing. You get $150 shopping spree. You can get unlimited bonuses. And in your first 3 months, you can get a $15,000 bonus. Time out really quick. Who's going for a $15,000 bonus this month? Who's going diamond? Let me see it. Yes. Okay. All right. I can only see a few of you guys on here just like raising your hand, whatever. But you guys, this, like having these codes is amazing because the people who are saying that they're not able to afford the $100, like, okay, so I am being really, really picky with people who are using my codes. I'm like, I'm looking for people who are ready to run. I want to know why you want this business. I want to know like basically everything about them. I'm like, tell me a little bit about yourself. And are you a mom? Are you in school? Are you working a full-time job? All of the things, because you guys, you need to know their why. If their why is strong enough, you know that they're going to work for it. And if you're having them do like the $0 thing, I know I'm like jumping all over the place. I'm sorry, this is just me. But if you have them do, like I posted on my Facebook the other day, if you could join this business for $0, would you do it? And it blew up. And I messaged all of them. And if they're willing to sell those samples, pre-sell those samples, they're more than likely going to be really, really good at this business. So you're going to let them have one of those codes. So they can either sell 5 sample packs for $20 a piece, which is $100, or they could sell 4 sample packs and make $80 and join the business for $80 and then just give the people the sample packs right away. So when they're jumping in, you guys, with that $69, they're going to get 3 promo codes for themselves for $69. So they could go Ruby really, really fast. You guys could go diamond really, like in a month. Like if you're just a distributor right now, if you guys were just on that last Zoom, she said she didn't sign her first distributor until she was like 15 days into the business or something like that. And she went diamond really, really fast. You guys can do that exact same thing. So when you guys are getting those new distributors, be sure you're training them. Have them download the apps. If you guys are on the Freedom Over Fear page, I don't know if everybody on here has Freedom Over Fear. I did a video just to tell like how I kind of train my distributors. You want to be really close knit with them, know their why, like I said earlier, know how much time in the day that they have to do this business and break it down from, show them how to do host to post right away, show them how to build their network. I have my distributors make a list of 30 people, like close friends and family, to see if they're willing to help out with the business. But get them on Zoom, like get them face to face with you. I did a one-on-one this morning with one of my distributors, and like she was so overwhelmed this morning. She's like, this is just, I don't know where to begin, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, calm down. Like, let's get on a Zoom. It only took 15 minutes, you guys, and you get to know them a little bit more and create that relationship with them. So it can be a little bit overwhelming signing so many distributors. Am I frozen? My screen's frozen. Can you guys all? Okay, it stopped. Okay, so it can be a little bit overwhelming signing all these new distributors and your team starting to sign distributors, especially if you're new. So what I have been doing, you guys, is I've been doing one-on-ones with every single person on my team. It takes a lot of time out of your day, but in the end of the day, this is going to benefit your business. I'm just going to, let me grab my paper really quick and just kind of tell you what we talk about when we get on there. So I've talked to so many people this past like month on my team that I have not enrolled. But what if their enroller just stops working the business? Or what if their enroller is like really busy one day and they don't, like they're brand new and they don't know how to do it? As soon as I start the conversation, I'll get them on a Zoom or I'll talk to them on the phone and I'm going to say, what is your why? Because I want to know if their why is strong enough. And some people cut themselves short and they're just like, well, I just want a couple $100 so I can go get my nails done or have time to myself. And if they're a mom, like help them figure out what their why is. Like what is like in the long run. Don't let them cut themselves short. So I know every single person on my team's why. And I have it in a notebook. Literally, I'm going to hide the name so you can't see, but this is like my notebook with all their information on here. And then I'm going to know they're like 5 pillars. They're 5 things about themselves. Some people do 3. I do 5. It's hard to think of 5, but when you think of 5, that's a way more options to make posts with that will relate to other people. So like the top 5 things, a lot of people, it's like my faith, like you're really strong in your faith, your family, You like to, I'm just gonna tell you some of mine. I love being on farm. I love doing my makeup. And the fifth one's always really hard, but it always changes. I'm obsessed with coffee. So things that you guys can relate, they can relate to in your posts. So if they're struggling with posts, like obviously if they just joined, they're not going to be like a natural at posting. You'd be like, okay, so let's look at your 5 pillars. Like, what are your 5 things about? And maybe they want to do a product post. They're going to do coffee if they love coffee. And they're going to talk about how it makes them feel. And you're going to walk them through and help them make that post. If you get to make the post every single day for the next like month, it's going to benefit your business. It's going to benefit their business. Don't feel like you're taking too much time out of your day to help other people, because you're helping them like get to where they want to be in this business. And in return, that's going to help you too. Okay, so I'm literally like all over the place. Let me think of the other thing I was going to talk about. Working really closely with your team. This is the last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about. If you guys have questions, put them in the chat so I can like help you out. But you need to work really closely with your team. I have a team chat. If you guys only have 3 people on your team, make it team chat. You guys all need to be on the same page. And if you're signing a loyal customer or if you're signing a distributor, share with your team how you're doing it, because they can duplicate that really, really easily. And oh, my Pat and Piper just got home. Sorry if it's really loud in the background. Okay, so duplicate that for your team. So let's say you did a host to post and you signed a customer from it, but you upsold. You're going to share that script with your team so they can start duplicating that too and start building their business. But you guys, if it's hard to find like distributors, especially if you're new, but if there's people interacting on your posts, watching your stories, hopping on your lives, whatever it is, you guys reach out to them. The worst they can say is no, or they can be nasty about your business. And if they are, just block them off Facebook, because you don't need that negativity on your Facebook. But I'm gonna give it back to Lakin because Pat and Piper just got in. You guys, hopefully that helped you out. Just don't be scared to open up the conversation about distributor, because you can help them change your life. You guys are doing it right now. And just share your story every single day. And you don't have to share it the same, like the same way every single day. It can just be like one simple post, like you're just sitting there with your kids, like watching TV, and be like, I wouldn't have been able to do this in the middle of the day because I would have been working my 9-to-5 job. Something that people can relate to. It does not have to be a super long post. All right, Lakin, take it away, girlfriend.
No, I love that. Okay, so I switched to a hot spot. So hopefully we have 0 interruptions. Is my connection better? Yeah? Yeah, is it better? No? Okay, we'll see if it works out, you guys. My connection's being really weird. So one thing that I wanted to say that Jill literally, like, I couldn't have said it better myself. You guys, it does not matter if you are talking about this super long, my because of it work story, or if it's, I get to just spend time with my kids, or I get to just spend money on my kid's birthday, and I can afford the little things, and I can afford to take them out to eat dinner, or I can afford a movie date, or I have the time to like hang out with my husband or whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be this huge elaborate, like, I just bought a Mercedes, I just bought a house, like, we're living. It can be the small things. The small things are relatable. The small things are what people want. People, of course, yeah, they want to buy a house eventually. They want to pay off payments and pay off thousands of dollars in debt and stuff. But what's relatable is, oh, okay, she was able to put gas in her car. She was able to take herself off of food stamps, off of WIC, off of government assistance. Like, it's all the things that we want that we can't have on an everyday basis that we like long for, and that those are the things that we need to start really talking about. And if you are just like, if you just started your business and you feel like, well, I don't have a because of it work story. Your story started the day that you were like, you know what, I'm so tired of living this way. Like, the day that you were like, I want more for myself. It could have been when you were a teenager. It could have been when you were like in college. It could have been when you and your husband got married and you're like, you know what, I want to have kids, but I don't want to be on government assistance forever. Like, it didn't start the moment you signed up with It Works. It started like forever ago, okay? It was the first time you felt all of these different feelings of like, I want more, but how? I want to do this, but how? And now you have the how, so now you just have to put forth the work into it, okay? So I am going to lead into Kennedy. Kennedy is a diamond, you guys, and she is freaking killing it. Public speaking is not her forte, so she's like, I hate if you're putting me on the spot. But she has been enrolling triple threat like a boss, okay? Like a free boss. So we're going to let Kennedy explain. We're going to let Kennedy explain how she's been enrolling them and what shifted, because, you guys, something had to shift for her to enroll all these triple threat orders. She's enrolled like 20 of them. I don't know really the exact number, but it's been a lot. She brought in like over 2,000 in volume last month herself alone from triple threat. And so the one thing that she's going to talk about is, and I want you guys to really focus in on, is what the shift was in her network that allowed that to happen. Okay, take it away.
Okay, guys, can you hear me?
Okay, you can go. I don't know if my network just cut out or what, but I don't know what's happening with my Wi-Fi, but you can go.
Okay, guys, so
Yeah.
I want to go back a little bit to the end of 2019. My network was trash. I was messaging, I was sending host to post, I was doing all the things, but I was not getting any interaction. And when I did, it was the same people. Every time I posted a host to post or a giveaway, it was the same people. The same people that just wanted something for free, but they never got any interaction. So I had to get in the mindset of, if you're not benefiting my business, then why are you on my Facebook? Why are you in my friends list? So this is what I did. I had to start deleting people. So it kind of shifted to so I went through all of my messages from where I had talked to people about products, and if they kept leaving me on red, I sent them one last message, which Jill or Lakin, if you can drop that message in the chat. So I sent this message to every single person that I had been following up with, kept leaving me on red. And if they left me on red that one last time, they were gone. I was taking them off of my network, because they had no benefit. They were not benefiting my business. So before I deleted them, I would go to their friends list and I would add 10 to 15 new people, because they see that we have mutual friends, like earlier when she was talking about that. So then so after adding all these people, y'all, my giveaway started blowing up. I had all these new people commenting, wanting to post for me. And then, y'all, their hosted posts were blowing up. I had girls that were having anywhere from 20, 30, 40, 50 comments, and I was adding all those people. And a big thing is like, when people are commenting like that, make sure you're responding to them in those comments and letting them know, like, hey, I'm sending you a friend request so I can send you more info, because people aren't just going to add some random person. Another thing, when I have people host a post for me, I don't have them tag me in it. I don't know why, but it just never worked for me. When I had people tag me in it, I was not getting any interaction. So I just started seeing so many new faces on my giveaways, and it blew my business up. And it definitely shifted my mindset, seeing that my business wasn't over. You can still add people. There are thousands and billions of people on Facebook, y'all. There's so many new people that have never heard of It Works, never heard of it. So that was definitely a big thing in my business. And here's the thing, like, when you are getting into a conversation with someone that comments on a host to post and they're interested in the product, and you send that first message, which I will send the wording in the comments for my host to post. I still use Rachel's wording. It works for me. If you have something that works for you, keep using it. But this wording really, really works for me, y'all. So here's the thing. When you're talking to customers, you need to be yourself. Yes, if they're just giving like the basic answers, like, yes, I'm interested in the product. Okay, how much is it? Fine. Stick with the script. But the main thing is getting them over to text. Voice messaging is huge, y'all. They want to hear your voice. Nobody wants to send you their credit card information if they don't know who the heck you are. thinking you're a robot. Like, y'all, people believe in scams. And if you come off scammy, they're going to want your link. And then honestly, most of the time when you send them a link, they're probably not going to order. So get them over to text, talk to them like a real person, let them know that you're real. And y'all, when they send you their information, it's done. Don't, like, you signed a customer. So why are you not sending the upsell message? The worst that they're going to do is be like, oh no, I can't afford it. Or they're going to be like, hell yeah, add that to my order because I'm trying to get skinny. Okay. And another thing, like, that's where API orders can come from. Oh, you don't have it right now? Well, we can add this later. When do you get paid again? Let me write it down because we will add that. So that's just kind of like how I built my business, y'all. Also, adding a lot of younger girls. Like, we just had the Beauty Works come out. We had the Lash Serum come out. Like, these are products that a lot of like our generation, younger generations want. And honestly, we have really good prices. So adding younger people, and then of course, when they host a post for you, like, it's going to blow up. And another thing is, sorry, I'm all over the place, y'all. This is my first Zoom, so bear with me. Whew, I'm over here shaking and like sweating, like I'm gonna need some more deodorant here in a minute. But when people's host posts blow up, y'all, this is opportunity for distributors, like Jill was saying. And that's why I have been adding a lot of younger people too. We all scroll, not gonna lie, we all scroll. But I have been trying to pay attention to the people that have a lot of interaction on just their regular daily posts. Because those are the kind of people that you want to host a post for you. Like, I actually have a customer right now that has like a ton of interaction. He's like a cop in EMS and all this stuff. And he's like very known around his community. So he actually is one of my customers, and I reached out to him the other day and I was like, look, you already know the products work. You know they're real. You have a great network. Will you do me the hugest favor? And he's like, sure, what's up? I was like, please post for me. Y'all, 55 freaking comments, y'all, 55. Like, it can happen for anybody. You just have to have the mindset of, my business is not over because I'm not getting 100 likes on my picture, or my giveaway's not blowing. You have to do the work. You have to put in the interaction. Like, y'all, I'm telling you, you can do this. If I can do this, if I can build my business back up the way I have, then so can you, y'all. I signed 15 customers last month, January, and out of that 15, 11 of them were triple threats, and 2 of them are adding the cleanse and the carb control to their orders this month. So you can do it. Let me see if I'm forgetting anything. Yeah, y'all, just don't be afraid to say upset.
Sorry, I just want you guys to see the confidence in Kennedy. Okay, this is a whole other Kennedy than it was last month or the month before. Like, you guys, she literally she just had 11 triple threat orders. Those triple threat orders were 85 in volume, 83,
yeah.
85.
Well, they went to 93 this month because last month it was like carb control and cleanse, like the thing together. So yeah, it took some BV off them, but not this month. We get 93s all the way through.
Yes, I love it. I love it so much. I'm like such a proud mama bear over here. So the one thing I want you to talk about just a little bit more is how, like, I think a lot of people are on here asking, like, wondering, how are you getting hosts to post up and who are you getting to post for you? Just, can you touch on that one, like, how, like, what's your method on asking people?
Okay, yeah, this is actually what I forgot to talk about, y'all. So I don't know what it is, but my algorithm, I have a lot of older people trying to add the younger ones, because older people can be difficult when you're trying to get their credit card info, I'll tell you that much. But a big thing for me is posting my giveaways. Okay, so interacting a crap ton, like spending like at least an hour interacting with your timeline before you post a giveaway. And then I always post my giveaways after 6 p.m. because everybody is like getting home from work, or they just got done cooking dinner. They're finally like sitting down, playing on their phone. So more people are going to see it. And then I wrote a list of every single person that has hosted a post for me that blew up. I always write them down because I know when my business starts getting a little bit weak or slower, I'm going to go back to those people and I'm going to have them ask them to throw another host post up. And I tell them like, hey, if there's not a giveaway going on, I obviously offer them like products or samples or something like that because I know it's going to blow up. I know it's going to benefit my business. And then, like I said, adding those younger people and people my age love $50, y'all. $50 is a whole manicure, pedicure, whatever. So they're gonna say yes to hosting a post for you. And I just pay attention a lot to like how many friends people have and stuff like that. And if they do post for me and they don't get in a lot of interaction, I will go to their friends list and I will add a crap ton of their friends, y'all. And I pay attention mostly to like the ones, like if they don't interact on my host post, but they have like a lot of interaction on like other posts, I go and add those people because they're on Facebook, they're interacting. So it's kind of like, I definitely do a couple different things, but those are like the majority things that I do to build my network and get people to post for me. And then also doing like my giveaway this month, it's the $350 winners or whatever. So I don't like just like putting the giveaway up and it being like boring. So I'm going to be like, show me your fur babies or something like interactive where people like have fun doing it. So that's just my biggest thing. Like, I don't want it to be boring and be like, oh, $50, drop this. I want you to show me something. What's your favorite color? Show me your babies, show me your kids, show me your, like, something interactive.
I love it. Thanks, GF. You killed it. Everyone's like, oh, it's her first Zoom. Oh, what a natural. Okay, so if you guys have questions while we're talking, go ahead and like drop them in the chat. So the one thing I want to talk to you guys about is you've heard us talk about, okay, Jill's been signing distributors without using. Sorry, my daughter's like in her little thing that she's kind of loud. She's been signing distributors without always mentioning that she has codes, okay? So that's one thing. And now you know how to build your network, how to add to your network. If you feel stuck with your network, you know what you're doing wrong, or not necessarily doing wrong, but you know what you need to start doing more of. So now we're going to talk about your storefront, your posting. We're going to talk about all the things. And I'm going to also give you a message that I've been using for potential distributors that has been really working. So before we talk about posting, we're going to just end the conversation of distributors. Sorry, she's so loud. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't like scream over her. Okay, so when you guys are talking to potential distributors, like Jill said, you guys, we could literally build diamonds. We can literally build diamonds with how many codes we have. Everyone that enrolls gets a code, gets a code, gets a code. It's literally like a trickle effect. And if you've seen the diamond chart, you know that everyone on that chart will end up having a code, and it'll just be madness. And that it can happen. You might have to take her. You can build them to diamonds, but you don't have to be desperate. And that's what I want you guys to realize is, yes, just because we have codes, like, she's so cute. Yeah, she's really cute, but she's starting to get really loud. I'm like screaming over her. But she, like, what was I saying? Oh, desperate. Okay, so she also gets my mind like squirrel brain, and I'm trying to really stay on track here. But you guys don't have to be, can you take her out? You guys don't have to be desperate. Literally, like what I'm doing is I will message people on Instagram, and if you'll throw that message in the chat, Jill, this is what I did. The one thing I want you guys to take note of is that it does not have to be the same message that I send or the same message that Jill sends. There is no secret message. What works for you? Come on, you guys. What works for you, and it doesn't have to work for someone else. But I always change it up, and I always change the first line up. So this message is actually split into two parts, you guys. And it can't be split into two parts because of the way that the chat on Zoom, like puts it in there. But what I do is I say, okay, hi, I know that you don't know me, but you're so cute. And no, I'm not just saying that. Like I try to like give them a compliment, but also whenever they read that compliment, they probably immediately roll their eyes because they probably had like 5 messages like that in their inbox before. So I'm going to just draw attention to that and say, I'm not just saying that, you know, just to kind of like ease the, not awkwardness, but like if there is any tension, if she's already like, oh, okay, she's going to ask me to join one of her things, or she's going to ask me to buy something, like I'm already easing that by making it a joke. So I go into just talking about like, you know, I'm sure you've probably already been talked to about this before, but you'd be really good at what I do, yada, yada, yada. Okay. And so I always change this message up depending on who I'm talking to. I will compliment them differently. I do not send the same exact message to every single person, because what if you are sending the same message, like I'm just going to use the people that I can see on the screen. So what if Danielle and Ashley are best friends and you send the same message to 2 girls that are best friends, and then they're sitting next to each other just because that's how life works, and they're like, oh, we both got a message from this girl named Lakin. Oh, what does it say? Oh, it says the same exact thing. Like, oh, she just copied and pasted it. Cool. Like, come on, you guys. Like, that's happened to me before, and it's like, but that's so impersonal. So I try to tailor what I'm sending to that exact person, whether it's like I go to her page and I'm like, dude, I love that you travel, or oh my gosh, you're so fit, or oh my gosh, like whatever it is, tailor the very first sentence to them and you've got them hooked. Okay. And so the next thing is, Jill talked about the application earlier. Rachel talked about the application. The application is game changing. I'm going to just say it again. It's game changing. If you haven't used it, you need to start using it. And what I've been doing, I not only talk about it on Instagram, but I also talk about it on Facebook. So whenever I post about the opportunity, I will either say text money or text opportunity to yada, 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 my phone number, or you can go to the comment section and you can fill out the application in the comment section. Do you guys know how many times people won't text me because they don't even think that it's like your real number? Some people have texted me before and they're like, is this a real number? Is this the Text Now app? And I'm like, what? This is my real legit number. Okay, so people are just skeptical. That's the one thing I want you guys to realize. People are skeptical. So when they realize like, oh, there's an application. Okay, it's legit. Like there's an application attached to it. Okay, it's legit. You know what I mean? Like that's how they think, because they connect applications with the real world, with real jobs. Okay, so now you're like, okay, you've made that connection. It's a real world job. So now I'm going to do the application to see if it's legit something that I can do. It's a little bit more official. And so that's what I've been doing. Instead of just leaving it on social media or leaving it on Instagram, I brought it to both social media platforms, and it's really worked for me. So I've had a lot of responses, and what I do when I get the responses, I will text their number and I will say, hey, I know this is so-and-so, got your application. When's a good time to talk? We can either have a phone call or we can FaceTime. Which would you rather do? Okay, I always set up a FaceTime or a phone call. I don't have text conversations because it's wasting your time. Let me say it again. It's wasting your time if you have a text conversation, because when you have a conversation with them over FaceTime or over the phone, you can immediately decide whether this is for them or not, and if you're going to continue to continue to offer the opportunity to them. You don't have to text back and forth and play phone tag and like hope that someone responds. Like, you don't have to do any of that. You can just go ahead and squash it and go through all the things and figure it out right then and there. Okay, so that's what I've been doing. And I've signed 6.5 distributors. I say 6.5 because the other one is reserved until the 13th, so almost 7. And this is really like game changing from last month, you guys. I signed maybe 3. And usually I'm not like a huge mass enroller for distributors. Maybe I'll fill my steps to success out, but my goal for this month was 10. My goal right now is 20, because I want to box for Prez, and I want to go Prez next month. So I'm really, really, really like taking my time with who I sign as a distributor. I'm not just being desperate and signing everyone. I don't offer codes to everyone. I'm very choosy, and I don't prejudge someone, but I also don't just say, hey, whatever. If you say that you're going to work, you're going to work. What I say to them is, if you plan on giving this a full year, not a full month, a full year, a full year of being in this business, if you're going to work this business for a full year, if you're going to commit, if you're going to do all these different things, X, Y, Z, put your time, put your effort in, show up to things, you're going to be coachable, then I will give you a code. But if you are not going to do all these things, this is what I expect of you. If you don't do these things, then I'm not going to give you a code, and I would really love for you to be on my team, but I would only love for you to be on my team if you pay the $100. And do you know how many people this month have said, I really respect that? Like, I really respect the fact that you're just not like desperate to just sign someone. And it's really worked, you guys, to distinguish who really wants this and who doesn't. So just be choosy. Don't be desperate. If you're like, I have 4 boxes, man, I just want to sign 4 people, I just want to get them in. Know that the more time you take, the longer you take to like invest in the good eggs, the good seeds, God is going to reward you with the 4 people that should fill those boxes, that should be on your team, okay? It will happen if it's supposed to happen, as long as you do the work and you're doing the things. Okay, so that's all I want to say about distributors. Now I want to talk about posting, because a lot of you are new. Drop a 1 if you're new. Like, new, it to me is like within the last 30 days. Okay, if you are new, drop a 1. I just want to see. Yeah, give it to God, just like Jill said. Okay, so maybe just 1 new person. Okay, there we go. I was like, there has to be more than 1. Okay, so if you are new, I want to talk to you guys really quickly about posting. This goes for everyone, but I feel like a lot of times when you're brand new, posting is kind of hard. And I mean, just to be honest, it's hard to tell new distributors how to post sometimes. It's like kind of something that we all pick up on. And so I'm going to give you guys, and maybe Jill, if you'll just like type these names as I spit them at you. This is not planned. But Nina Moore, Cheyenne Knox, I'm going to just give you a wide variety of different types of people in this business to follow, you guys. Nina Moore, Cheyenne Knox, Ashley Pfluger. Yes, that's new to me. December 23rd, that's new to me. Jill, are you getting me? Sorry, I can see you, so you can nod. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. Okay, so you're literally like right in front of my screen. This is crazy. But Ashley Pfluger, who else? Carrie Young, Ashley Mayfield, Sherry Lynn Alcala, Kathleen Westland, Aaron Tweed. Like, if you guys are not Jill and you're thinking about people on here, throw them in the chat. If you're like, oh, she didn't say this name, just keep throwing people in the chat, Miranda. You got it. Okay, so what I want you guys to realize is you might not connect with the same people that I connect with, and I'm going to explain who these people are. These are top leaders that you should follow. Top leaders that you should go to their Facebook and go to their Instagram accounts tonight while we're on Zoom, maybe even, and you should, everyone knows her. Everyone knows Rachel Jones, Jill. Anyway, so go to these top leaders that are in the chat and follow them. If they post something that you like, copy it and paste it to your notes section. Don't just like go throw it on your wall today. Copy it and save it to your notes section and start creating an album for yourself in your notes section of your phone, because whether you're team Android or team iPhone, like, you have a notes section of your phone. And if you will just start putting posts that you see that inspire you or that talk about the product in your notes section, you will have like a little arsenal to like pull from when you don't know what to post, okay? And when you're posting, guys, please, for the love of all things good in the world, do not post things that are like super controversial or like politics or sex or baby daddy drama or like anything that makes anything that you wouldn't want someone at church to see. Don't post it. Don't post it. And if you're like, I really don't care who sees my stuff, so let's kind of reel it in a little bit and let's think about this. We are starting a business. We are in a business. So if you wouldn't like if you wouldn't like your favorite business, your favorite brand to post something like derogatory or like whatever, if you were to see your favorite brand post something that would make you like cringe and want to turn the other way, don't do that to your brand. Don't do that to yourself, because if you are going to just kind of self-destruct, that's going to really hurt you in this business. So be positive, you guys. Be positive. Don't post. Yeah, can't forget Kelsey Thornton. Be positive. Spread positivity. If you're like, I don't know what to post right now, just go to Google and type in positive quotes. Boom. Type the positive quote in, throw it on Facebook. Okay, boom. And then the next time, if you need to post about the business, well, you have your It Works story, why you joined. You should always have that in your notes section of your phone. So if you don't have that, you need to work on that. And if you're like, I don't know what she's talking about, go to your upline and say, what is she talking about? And just means go take 5 minutes and type why you joined in your phone and have it there. So whenever you're like, I need to post, go back to that post and try to like reformulate something. You can make one post, or you can make multiple posts off of one little thing that you have in your notes section. So when you are, and yeah, thank you, Amber Torres, for putting the freaking links to these people's pages in the chat. Okay, you're bomb for that. So if you guys want to just like go to the chat and copy all those links that Amber just put in, do it. Like, it's just simple. Do it, save them. Yeah, she's on point. Okay, so the whole point is the whole reason you want to follow these people is because you want to copy the right cat. Okay, you want to copy these people. We're in the top of the company, VIP, triple diamonds and above, ambassadors, presidentials. Like, we've been through it. We know what we're doing. We post about it. Like, you need to copy the right cat. Don't be something that you're not, but let their post help transform yours to what they need to be, okay? So, for example, if you were posting a before and after, you guys, corporate approved only. Corporate approved only. Unless they're your personal, unless you plan on getting them corporate approved, do not make them like vagina, boobs, butts. Like, you need to make them very appropriate. And I just said vagina on Zoom. Like, I'm just being real, you guys. Like, you need to make them appropriate. If it's of your midsection, be in a pair of shorts, in a bra. Like, disclose your body, okay? Make it appropriate so corporate can approve them. Because if you have really good results but you don't have a good, like, an appropriate before and after picture, they're not going to approve them. So just make it appropriate. Like, think about it again, church. Like, would I want my church family seeing this? Even if you don't go to church, would you want them seeing it, okay? And the next thing is whenever you're posting before and afters, again, corporate approved only, please. That's just to save the company so they don't get in trouble. That's what corporate wants us to do. And then when you're talking, again, about your business, just be you guys. You don't have to be something that you're not, but be you in your most, like, highest, most aware self, your best self. Like, put your best foot forward on social media now. If you used to click the share button a lot, stop clicking it. Pretend like it doesn't even exist anymore. Okay? Like, don't even like entertain the share button these days, okay? Because it clogs your feed. There's not like oh, you're not like bad if you click the share button, but you're clogging your feed. So if when someone goes to your page, what they see about me is they see my kids, they see my business, they see what I'm doing, like, they see me. They don't see like random articles that I've shared and all these different things that are distracting to people. They just see me, you know. And yeah, I'm passionate about things that are controversial, you guys, but you'll never, ever, ever see me post about them because I don't want to turn my business away. Like, I don't want to turn anybody in my business away. People don't have to agree with my political views or my parenting views or any of my views, but I'm never going to share it, and they're never going to know, and they're never going to like be turned away from me. Do you get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to share that because I feel like when we're new, we get so caught up in like, oh, we can still post our baby daddy drama and our all of our laundry, whatever that saying is. You get to air out all your laundry all the time. We don't do that. Make sure you don't put your laundry off. Okay, Says my connection's unstable. I've almost got it through the whole Zoom. Can you hear me? Jill? No? Yes? No. Okay. Jill's like, no. Yes, you can. Okay. I hate my computer. I need to figure out my Wi-Fi situation, you guys. It's really annoying. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk, your vibe attracts your tribe. Everything Amber Torres just said is so right. Okay, so no, you do not need to make 2 pages. And that's another thing that I'm glad that you mentioned that, whoever Moto is, I'm glad that you mentioned that. So you do not need to make 2 pages. And Jessica kind of answered this. You want people to come to your personal page and see you. And you got to think about this in like terms of Instagram too, you guys. We talked about posting on Facebook. We're going to talk about posting on Instagram in a second. But the thing about this is that you don't want to make multiple pages because you want people to see you. You want your network that you've already created. Think about how long you've had social media. I had my Instagram since like 7th grade, okay? It was really ugly back in the day. I've used to post some really questionable things as a middle schooler. I was a very weird kid, but it's okay because you can still see. I've been on Instagram since day one, okay? And so I have kept my Instagram. I have all the people that used to follow me from day one that still follow me now, and I have built onto my network. It's a constantly evolving thing, so you don't want to have to start from scratch, if that makes sense. And honestly, let's be real for a second. Nobody wants to follow a business page. I mean, like, they just really don't want to follow a business page. They want to follow a human being. And that's the thing about your business. You can always tie your business into your life. You can mesh the two so you're not one or the other. You can be a mom and a businesswoman and whatever else you want to be, a plant enthusiast, a freaking holistic, crunchy mama. Like, I'm just saying all the things about myself. You can be all of that and more, and you can share it all on your page. Okay, so let's talk about Instagram really quickly. Instagram, there's a really good Instagram training on the 13th with Gracie and Lisa, but I just want to talk about posting, like, just kind of like an overview really quickly, you guys. When you are on Instagram, it's really easy, especially if you've never really like worked Instagram or used Instagram. It's really easy to turn it into, how do I say this? To kind of turn it into spammy. And I hope that this is not hurting anyone's feelings right now, but I'm just trying to help you, okay? So there have been times, like when I first joined, Rachel was like, ew, dude, you got to get rid of those white boxes around your pictures. They are hideous. We don't do that anymore. The white boxes are done. It's like 22 years ago or something. She's like, get rid of the white boxes. And I was like, no, the white boxes are in. And she's like, no, they're not. And so when I ditched the white boxes around my pictures, and if you're like, what the heck are you talking about? You can go to my Instagram and scroll all the way down. And I used to like frame my pictures with white boxes around them. Don't know why I did that. It was really ugly and hideous, but I used to do that. And she was like, you need to stop. And once I stopped and once I started to like really put time and effort into making my Instagram aesthetically pleasing, because that's what Instagram's all about being aesthetically pleasing, then I really started to change like how many people started following me and all the things. Okay, so that's me. Anyways, and so I really want you guys to think about, like, when you're posting on Instagram, it should be a lot of your 5 pillars. It should be who you are, if you have kids, if you are a dog mom, whatever makes you you. If you love plants, if you love tacos, if you like Taco Bell, like whatever it is. Talk about it in your posts and like post really cute pictures. Okay, farm, cows, Jill. So make your Instagram you guys. Like whenever you go to my page, you will never see me post a before and after picture ever. I do not post any product posts. I do not post any before and afters. I don't post any of that because if I want to post it, I'll post it in my stories where people really see what I'm posting, for one, because on Instagram, the way it's set up is people really don't see your Instagram feed that much. They see your stories first and then they go to your feed. They don't see the feed first, then your story first, then your feed. So if I want to post Instagram before and afters, I'll do it in my story, but I won't do it in my feed. If you go to my feed, you'll see me post a lot of selfies, a lot of pictures of me and my girls, but I always make sure that they are like pleasing to the eye. And if I want to talk about the business in the caption, I'll talk about the business in the caption. But I've seen way too many people recently and no one like on the top of my head, so I'm not trying to call anyone out, but I've seen a lot of people recently where it's like you're so excited to post about the business that you post 20,000 times a day on Instagram about your business, and you flood your Instagram about your business, and you get 1 like or 2 likes or 0 likes, and that's not doing you any good. It's actually hurting you more than helping you. And because the way the Instagram works, like Instagram is different, you guys, than Facebook. You can post 7 times a day on Facebook and no one cares. On Instagram, it's like post once a day, maybe a couple times a week, and you're good. Like, you're good. So just keep this in mind, you guys. Like, when you're starting to, sorry, one of our chats is blowing up. It's really distracting me. Once you're starting to post things, you'll get into a rhythm, but start taking more pictures of yourself for Instagram. Start taking the time to like really edit them, and don't over edit them, but start trying to make your page have like a look to it. Okay. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, follow some of these people. I'm not perfect with my look, so don't think that like you can follow me and I'm perfect. I am not perfect. I hate posting on Instagram because I never get myself ready, but that's one of my things in 2020, and I'm going to try to start doing. Cheyenne Not So, she is really good about it. Some of these youngins that don't have kids are really good about posting. So yes, it said youngins. I'm like 24 but 38 mentally because I have children, and I can never get myself ready. Okay, so those are just a couple people that you can follow to kind of get some inspiration. Presets are how they get the look to their pictures that they want, you guys. You can download an app called Lightroom, and it can help you with that, but you have to purchase presets. You don't always have to purchase them. Some of them are free. You just have to figure that part out. So I'm going to encourage you guys to go take the word Lightroom to your enroller and say, can you teach me about this? Okay. And if my new distributors are on and you don't ask me about this, you're not listening. You're not doing the homework. The homework is, if you don't know what Lightroom is, take it to your enroller and say, can you teach me about Lightroom? Okay. And I promise you, you will all get a one-on-one about Lightroom because it's super easy to figure it out. You can figure it out on your own, but if you go to someone that already knows the ins and outs, it's a lot easier, especially if you're brand new. Yes, you can make your own presets. I make a lot of mine. So don't think that you have to spend money on this. Lightroom is a free app, you guys. It's really easy to, you just play around with it. You just change things on the pictures, and if you're like, oh, I like the way that looks, you can save the preset, you can name it something, and then boom, you have your own presets. Okay, so I don't want to like dive into that because we can talk about Instagram for like the next 2 hours, but if you are interested in knowing more about Lightroom, let us know. We can help you with that. But does anyone have any questions for me, for Kennedy, for Jill, just in general? Drop them in the chat. Or if Jill wants to say anything else, because I feel like maybe, do you? I feel like you wanted to, and I was like, I think she wants to say something else.
I can add something, you guys. So one thing, don't get overwhelmed with all those codes you guys have. I'm talking about distributors again because everybody can build their business like nuts right now. Let me just tell you about last year. After conference, I signed 17 distributors. So don't cut yourself short and don't stop asking when you get rid of those codes. Keep hustling. We should hustle like this every single month. Even if we don't have promo codes, we should be hustling like we're going for a $15,000 bonus every single month, and be like super in contact with your team and making sure they're on the same page. Just go. Like, let's just freaking get $15,000, every single one of us. We all have the potential to do that. If you guys are on here, if you're new, if you're not new, you guys are on here listening to all of like what all of us talk about this. You're on here for a reason. You guys want this, so push. If you guys, some of you guys might be going for like a $30,000 bonus, whatever. Push. You guys have a reason why you're on here. Be loud about your why. Be loud about what the business has done for you. Get your charts out. Really quick, we have 5 minutes before we feel the call. Put in the chat what you guys are going for your goal this month, rank wise. I'll just wait a second until everybody puts it in the chat. But okay, so you guys, a lot of you guys are going for diamond, double, diamond, ruby. Okay, so you guys are going for double, diamond, whatever, get your next chart out. Don't laugh at me, Bethany, I see you. Get your next chart out. So if you guys are going for diamond this month, get your double chart out. Don't cut yourself short. See where you guys are placing these distributors. You guys can start building. You could double promote. I double promoted Pat last month. We went from emerald to diamond, and we promoted to emerald on the 24th. We promoted to diamond on the 31st. You guys, we brought in a lot of volume, and you can keep pushing and keep hustling. Get those sample packs out, earn that extra cash on the side. So I think that's all I wanted to talk about, but you guys just keep hustling, because like last year at this time, so many people got promotions. And remember to get 6 loyal customers underneath of you guys, personally enrolled for this month. If you guys are going for that $15,000 bonus, you have to maintain it for 2 months. There's no maintaining it for 1 month, losing it the next month, and losing that $15,000 bonus. You guys get 6 new loyal customers underneath of you this month if you're going for diamond. And get those host posts out, so you can just get those customers like real fast. I think that's everything.
I do want to piggyback off of you 1 second, because you did jog my memory. So just to go off of the 6 customers, you guys, when you are enrolling new distributors, make sure that they personally enroll 6 customers so you can get your $150 fast start bonus. Okay, so it used to be 2 and 150 or 4 and 150. They have to have 6 personally enrolled customers for you to get the $150 fast start bonus. So here's what you can do. You can, if I'm like, oh, I just got information, like whenever I was on Zoom and before Zoom, I wrote down 2 people that I'm like, I had just got information for them. What I'm going to do, instead of enrolling them under my account, I'm going to go to my new distributor, and I'm going to enroll them under their account. So that counts as 2 personally enrolled people that for them. So that means she only needs 4 more for me to get my fast start bonus. Does that make sense? So I just want you guys to remember that the compensation plan did change. We can have more money, but we have to do a little bit more, and we have to be smart about, oh, we're just going to assign customers and place them to people. We don't need to just place people anymore. We need to physically get on their accounts and enroll them and do those things so we can be rewarded. Does that make sense? I just want to make sure everyone knows that. If you have questions about it, we only have 2 minutes before the family call. The last thing I wanted to say was, if you have to have their password, you guys, you have to say, hey, what I did for all my new distributors and what I'm working on is once they enroll, I have them give me their password, and when I enroll someone or when I get information, I'm going to say, hey, I need you to log onto your account. What's your password? They're going to give me their password because it's not a secret. It's just to eSuite. It's not to their bank account. And I'm going to log on and I'm going to put it in for them, okay? Or you can walk them through how to do it, but I would personally do it myself if I were you. And if you have more questions, ask your enroller or ask your Diamond upline about that, because we only have 1 more minute before family call. But I just want to say I'm so proud of you guys for hopping on tonight. I think we wrapped it